Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that might make some of you reach for your fanny packs a little less enthusiastically. The 10 countries where Americans might find themselves less than welcome in 2025. It's about being informed, being prepared, and maybe, just maybe, understanding that the stars and stripes on your backpack doesn't automatically make you the life of the party everywhere you go. So, buckle up, grab your passport, and maybe a good travel agent, and let's navigate this slightly awkward, potentially eye-opening list together. Alright, kicking off our list is a bit of a heavyweight in the "it's complicated" department. China, trade wars, tech tensions, and that whole "whose virus is it anyway" debate haven't exactly made for the warmest of welcomes. It's not a complete no-go zone, but let's just say brushing up on your Mandarin and packing your diplomacy hat wouldn't hurt. Next up, we're heading to the land of borscht, ballet, and, well, let's just say geopolitical tension, for lack of a better term. We're talking sanctions, cyber espionage accusations, and enough military posturing to make even the most hardened Cold War veteran a little nostalgic. Now, this doesn't mean every Russian citizen is out there polishing their anti-American protest signs, but let's just say you might want to pack your neutral-colored clothing, and maybe avoid discussing international relations after a few shots of vodka. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, or rather the heavily guarded, nuclear-armed hermit kingdom in East Asia, North Korea. This is a country where tourism is heavily restricted, freedom of speech is practically non-existent, and the dear leader's portrait is the most popular wall decor. Americans in particular are often met with deep suspicion, seen as representatives of an enemy state. Point is, maybe skip the Pyongyang city tour and opt for a nice, relaxing trip to literally anywhere else. Our next stop takes us to the Middle East, specifically Iran, a country steeped in ancient history, and unfortunately, more recent political turmoil. However, the relationship between the US and Iran has been, shall we say, a tad strained for the past few decades. While there are certainly Iranians who welcome Americans with open arms, the political climate makes it a risky destination, particularly for Americans. Maybe stick to exploring Persian history through books and documentaries for now. Our next destination is, unfortunately, more synonymous with conflict than tourism these days: Syria. The US, along with other world powers, has been heavily involved in the conflict, further complicating matters. With ongoing violence, political instability, and the presence of various armed groups, Syria is simply not a safe place for anyone, let alone Americans. But for now, it's best to admire Syria's rich history and culture from afar. Our next stop takes us to South America, specifically Venezuela, a country known for its stunning natural beauty, from the Andes Mountains to the Amazon rainforest. However, Venezuela has been grappling with a severe economic and political crisis for years, leading to hyperinflation, food shortages, and political unrest. While Venezuelans are known for their warmth and resilience, the current situation makes it a challenging and potentially risky destination for Americans. Our next destination is, unfortunately, another location ravaged by conflict: Yemen. Yemen, located on the Arabian Peninsula, has been embroiled in a devastating civil war, often described as the world's worst humanitarian crisis. With widespread violence, famine, and disease, Yemen is simply not a safe or ethical place to visit. It's a heartbreaking situation, and we can only hope for a swift and peaceful resolution to the conflict. Our journey now takes us to Afghanistan, a country that's seen more than its fair share of conflict and turmoil. Following the withdrawal of US troops and the Taliban's takeover, Afghanistan's future remains uncertain. The security situation is volatile, to say the least, and the human rights situation, particularly for women and girls, is dire. While there's no denying the resilience of the Afghan people, it's clear that Afghanistan is not a place for casual tourism, especially for Americans. Next, we find ourselves in Somalia, a country in East Africa that has been grappling with civil war, political instability, and the threat of terrorism for decades. The Somali government, with the support of international forces, has been battling the extremist group Al-Shabaab, which controls large parts of the country. Kidnappings, bombings, and attacks are a real threat, making Somalia an extremely dangerous destination for travelers. Our final destination takes us to the heart of Africa, the Central African Republic, a country that has been plagued by conflict and instability for years. Despite its natural beauty and rich cultural heritage, the Central African Republic has been torn apart by civil war, fueled by ethnic and religious tensions. Traveling to the Central African Republic is incredibly risky and not advisable. So, there you have it, folks. 10 destinations where your American passport might not grant you automatic VIP status. Remember, this isn't about judging entire nations or discouraging travel. Travel, at its best, is about bridging cultural divides, fostering understanding, and embracing the unknown. But it also requires a healthy dose of awareness, sensitivity, and respect for the places we visit and the people who call them home. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.